Malmö, I mean, has to be considered favorites here. They were the runner-up in both of the last 2 years in this tournament. They have Niklas back, Niklas Charlton, the Dane with the big beard here, who has been playing for Malmö for a while, but this year has been competing in the Danish tournament.
That was
Already
close.
here a good shot here from Aho, who's
Is he now also some sort of playmaker, or was
yeah,
just
it's a little surprising to see him on the ball right off the get-go here. Again, young player with tons and tons of potential. So I mean, he could very well have sort of evolved to a ball handler in the year or so that's since I've seen him last. Classic Linus Lindgren, the Swedish goalkeeper, who always in reverse when he gets back on defense. He's in reverse, so you can see the whole court. A little risky to be reversing all the time, but he makes it work. Get the first face-off, first of many I predict for this matchup. Both teams very willing to take the coin flip.
And this is the legend of the tournament.
The grand old man, for sure.
He's the legend. If he's not a legend, who will be a legend?
He's the
legend.
Definitely the guy, we grew up sort of idolizing, and the things he could do. I mean, even 20 years ago with the ball was just mind-blowing to a young kid like me. The first time I saw him, sort of had the pleasure to practice with him and his team. I was totally starstruck. I mean,
yeah, I was too.
The superstar.
Because he looked like a superstar too.
Yeah. I mean, he knows.
Without beard, but still this long hair.
With the long hair, and he has a.
And the hair was black at that time.
He
now
was
it's sort of getting more gray. It's more like becoming even more legendary.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's got to be the oldest player in the tournament, right? Yeah, no question. And he has peaked. I mean, he's not quite the force as he once was, but I mean, obviously his ability to read the game and to take position is unparalleled. Nice pass here. Oh.
That was
and
a
so
foul.
They get a foul. Still gets a foul here, but man, they would have much preferred the advantage. Yeah, the advantage.
The advantage.
Timmy was basically one-on-one with Linus and a pretty nice chance there, but the referees blow it dead before. So starting with the lineup they finished game one with, bringing Michael Johansson in the starting lineup. This is very unusual for Aarhus 2. Johansson hasn't gotten a lot of starts this year. I wonder if something is up with Nabisada. There's a reason why he's not playing. I might be the biggest fan of Nabisada in the whole Volt hockey world.
Yeah, you are?
Yeah, I might be his biggest fan. I think he's an amazing player, and to keep him on the bench, that is really aggressive move from Coach Hansen.
Yeah, but nowadays I heard he also changed into playing soccer. Which
he plays soccer as well.
And he's a star there as well.
Yeah, I mean, he was with the
national team. Yeah.
The national team in.
It was last weekend. I think.
That was last weekend. They were in Finland I think the Danish bid finished fourth.
Yeah, they did.
So obviously falling just short of the medals there.
So he's a sporty type.
He's a sports type, yeah, that's for sure. One of his teammates on that team, Albin Vognsen, who we'll see later today for Aarhus 1. He's the substitute we've been talking about earlier. So yeah, a lot of soccer players here as well. Dual sports.
And remember, if any of you watching have a question, feel free to ask it. We would be very happy to answer questions. Klaus is a very, very clever man, so...
I think you might be promising a little bit more than we can keep here, but I'll have a go for sure.
Until now, it's only shout-outs.
Yeah. We'll get a face-off as the ball gets caught between the feet of Niklas. When the ball is inside the chair like that, it's unplayable, and game is to be and play is to be reset. So Alexander Pedersen here on the ball again. High Swedish line. We saw it from Stockholm. We saw it from Lillestrøm as well, actually, but Malmö here, very, very high pressure. Sort of taking advantage in that they are sort of using the Aarhus goal as an extra defender. This time the ball's roll through his feet, back into play. I think Aho is called for excessive contact here, and Aarhus 2 will take over. No!
That was close.
Yeah, Linus, the Swedish goalkeeper, definitely opened up space there for Mikael to finish in. But Mikael maybe waiting a little too long, missed the shot. I mean, that's his biggest strength, Mikael Johansson, is his unorthodox offensive play.
Yeah, unorthodox.
Shooting from all kinds of weird angles and almost catching Linus off guard. Much more passive play from Aarhus 2 now, though they pounce as they have caught. So Niklas almost playing the ball through behind the net there, but his teammates aren't quite able to collect the ball. Timmy shutting down Lundgren. Timmy obviously at a speed disadvantage across from Lundgren, and he elects to shut it down before Lundgren can even get going. So timeout Aarhus. I wonder what Coach Hansen is thinking here.
Together now. Back again here for the game. Timeout made by Aarhus. Now we're back.
Very tricky shot. Alexander backing way up here. Oh!
And that's the only
they
thing
get the call too, Aarhus.
That's the only thing you can do in that.
Actually, I think up top he fumbled the ball a little bit. got it on the sort of the back side of the stick there, then you have to make that shot. But I think you would have preferred to do it with the tip of the stick. But
yeah, but you need pace in that occasion. And that's the only way to make a strong ball.
Actually, Simon, I think what you need is Timmy almost letting Linus through on goal there. Wow, that was close. I think what you need in that spot is change of pace. Linus Lundgren, such a great goalkeeper, able to stop that very scary shot from Johansson. Niklas does well here to cover off the opening in front of goal. I'll get the rare ball out of bounds. I suspect we'll start with a face-off.
We have a question here, Klaus, from Anton Hanskemaer. I think I can remember that name too. And he asked, where is the tournament being held? And yes, Klaus and I, we are both from Denmark. The tournament is being held in Denmark at a place called Musholm. It's actually in the middle of Denmark, on an island called Sjælland. So it's a place made by Muskelsvindfonden, the Danish organization for people with muscular diseases. And yeah, it's a very nice place, and it's very good for people in wheelchairs and with other types of disabilities, because it's so easy to get around here, and in every room where you sleep, it's like there's a lift, and both beds are also good. So it's a very nice place, and it's the third time in a row that we are having this Europa Nordic Champions League. And it works, Klaus. Don't you agree?
It works really, really well. Really nice surroundings here on the here in Korsør. Really, really nice. Brand new almost, also, right?
Yeah, and actually, if you're going for a holiday in Denmark, Musholm is really a place you need to check out, because it's not that expensive, but really it's like you have ocean view from every
direction.
Yeah, and it's a good restaurant and so on, and it's about 55 minutes drive to Copenhagen, the capital of Denmark. So in that perspective, it's also very nice. So we can only suggest you to check out Musholm.
Johansson now in goal. Whew. That's a bit of a crisis situation for Osto, but the finish from Niklas a bit off. Yeah. Of course, with the result of game one of this group, Osto tied Lillestrøm. If Aarhus is able to scratch out a tie here, or even just a small loss, that could be really, really big for them, because it's going to come down to Lillestrøm and Aarhus's how those two teams do against Malmö, and as Malmö is, got to be favorite against both teams. If you could get a tie here, that puts you in a really good spot, or even just a small loss, and you might be able to make it through on goal difference. So what's the call here, John Sørensen?
That is
the way I read that, Tim Pedersen backed up into the Malmö player. I didn't quite see who that was, but in that case, that's a foul. Okay, they get the booking on Mikael here, the yellow card. And I think, yeah, it'll be a penalty shot. I mean, that's a huge call in this spot. I'm not sure I disagree with it, actually. I think it was a pretty solid call. Now, so here for new viewers of the game, it's a little bit strange the way we handle penalty shots.
Yeah, it is. It's actually
we remove the goalkeeper completely, and we sort of make the goal narrower. And Linus Lundgren now will have to put the ball between the two black markers there. Basically, they are the batteries that these chairs use.
Yeah, and back in the day.
Oh, and he almost missed it too. Wow.
And back in the day, you actually had 2 chances.
Obviously, this is a huge chance.
Isn't that great, Klaus?
Very easy for those guys to score. Back in the day when we weren't quite as good, we would actually get 2. Because, committing a penalty really should carry along with it a big penalty. Committing so if we had, say, an ice hockey style penalty, it would just be too hard to score for the offense. And so we would see a lot more fouls committed. But the penalty very severe here, and that'll take Malmö up 1-0. Oh, Lundgren completely out of shape here. I think he may have. How would you translate overtrot? Simon, you're a big handball guy. What would you say in team handball when you are stepping over the line? It's not allowed for Linus to get any part of his chair in the opposing goal area.
I'm not sure what it's called.
Yeah,
because
I think we'll have to.
Handball is not that international.
you are only familiar with the Danish vernacular.
I know Curling is the best team of the world, but that's all I can say about.
Didn't they get relegated this year?
No, they survived.
It was very close then.
In the end, they survived.
Yeah, okay. Uh-oh. Something is up with Mika's chair. It's not responding at all. It just took him into the boards. But now it's back apparently. Wow, that was weird. It actually moved the scorer's table back. Yeah, he was a passenger at that point. Huh. So instead we get more of this sort of very sort of locked play. And so we have time running out on the first half.
It's a weird sound.
It is a weird sound. It's those Middle Eastern trumpets there.
So now it's halftime, and we're going to be back in a few minutes from the second half of this game. Aarhus 2 against Malmö. Aarhus 2, they are behind, and it's going to be very interesting to see if they made up something in the halftime. Talking with Coach Christopher, maybe they have a plan to get back in the game, but it may be hard.
That was pretty funny. Niklas there, he should have told Tim off. Tim sort of just barely backed into him and caught maybe his knee or his hands, caught Niklas's knee or hands, and he just he shouted at Timmy to back down, not even appealing to the referees.
No.
Want to handle that between the two.
All of his career. I remember that from playing myself 15 years ago. Yeah, but
I think Niklas has been known to appeal to the referees as well. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, but like also intimidating his opponents in some way. Because if you're a little boy and the legend himself claims you of doing something wrong,
if he's trying to intimidate Timmy, he is barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, because Timmy is like he's a sort of legend too.
Timmy's got the eye of the tiger, that's for sure. So it's interesting to me to find out, because of the sort of the mathematics of the standings in this group, will Aarhus be content with maybe losing 1-0, and thus hoping that that Malmö will beat Lillestrøm by more?
Oh, that's good. But
just able to get into the net there. I thought maybe Aho would be able to screen him away, but just manages to get in. So we'll get Mikael on the ball here.
Actually, now I just realized that Malmö has Coloplast as sponsor.
Yeah.
Quite a big company.
A Danish company, as you might,
a Danish company,
as you're alluding to. So I guess the Danish sponsor there is betraying the country and helping out the Swedes. I don't know about that.
Yeah, and talking about sponsors, Aarhus 2 has Handicapforeningen. That's a Danish company for like PP. I don't know how to say that, but it's a commonly known sponsor in this type of sport. So, but Coloplast, haven't seen that coming.
Might be that that this disabled sports group in Malmö is quite big. They have all kinds of different sports.
Yeah.
It's a huge forening club, and so they may have all have the same sponsor on their black and white jerseys. Or they might know someone at Coloplast who has been able to cough up some money for the sweet-looking jerseys. Mikael on the move. Gets by Niklas. That's such a problem for Mikael that he's at such a speed disadvantage. His moves are really nice, and he's able to sort of to confuse his opponents. Does that well. But then when it comes time to take advantage to sort of hit the gas and get going, he can't quite take advantage of his good moves.
No, that's correct. I had the same problem, Klaus.
You had the same problems. Your moves were as good, huh?
No, I had no moves and no speed.
No moves. Oh, yeah, that's tough.
But I was very good at just staying in one position. Nobody could move me.
You were a roadblock.
I was a real blocker, and I was like always positioned just in front of goal. So I would have been so bad nowadays.
Yeah.
Where you see all three guys attacking from almost every team. You see no such thing as a old goalkeeper, just stay
yeah,
there.
the classic goalkeeper just in the goal at all times. We never see that anymore. No. It's full pressure, three guys at all times.
But speed is like if you're fast, you can just. It's not necessary to have that many moves if you're fast.
Yeah, look at it another way. Put another way, if you don't have the speed, you need to be very special in some other area. You need to be extremely smart, or you need to have great technique or something like that. If you don't have speed, you're really at a huge disadvantage at this level, at least. Niklas probing. The Aarhus defense here, very, very low. They play very passively. I guarantee you that it would not look like this if Naby Sada was in the game instead of Johansen. They would be pressuring much higher, but because the rest of the Aarhus 2 team is not as familiar with Johansen, they haven't quite had the reps to get those rotations, defensive rotations, to get them sharp and crisp. So they don't want to gamble because they are afraid they'll make a mistake in defense playing that high line. Ball is caught under Alexander here. Reset.
Yeah, and now Naby Sada will get in. Naby Sada on the field now.
Yeah, a timeout from Aarhus 2 definitely. It doesn't look like they going for a substitution. I have to say it really is a strange decision to not play. Oh, okay, here we go.
Tim is going out.
Yeah. I think I like this.
That's
being
offensive. That's offensive.
Offensive? Yeah. It's it's aggressive. You gotta down 1-0, and I mean, this is answering our question from earlier. Aarhus are going for at least a point here. They are not willing to sit back and accept a 1-goal loss. This lineup is pretty funky, though.
Funky.
I can't imagine
I haven't seen it before.
Can't imagine they have played many minutes this year without Tim on the court. Fasa takes over. He gets it to Alexander, and now maybe there's. This is basically an old goal.
That's a pretty weird way.
That's a pretty weird goal. Alexander.
Fans.
And that's a weird way to score. Alexander trying to make a sharp cut in front of his own net, loses control, and it just trickles in. No chance of picking it up. I mean, every goal conceded now could be. Whoa! Yeah, that's an offensive foul, and now we'll get a substitution. He broke his breaking Michael's stick here. I mean, unless they have a new one ready to go quickly, they will have to substitute Michael's father there, coming with the new stick, but they go for the substitution anyway. I mean, every goal conceded now, as I was saying, every goal conceded now for Aarhus can be huge. It can be the difference between finishing second and third in this group. I'm sorry, what? What's that? Yeah, they got they called a 2-minute suspension on Michael Johansen there. Michael obviously had a yellow card from earlier, and the reckless shooting there from him, the just turning around, ramming into a Malmö player, has meant that he's been sent off. So 2 minutes of box play for Aarhus here, and power play, of course, for Malmö. This is a tough task, obviously.
Yeah, but somehow it's fair, actually, because what he's doing is not okay. I mean, he's just turning around, doing whatever, just smashing into.
Completely unaware of his of where his opponents are.
I know he breaks his stick, but It could have been the other way around.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Easily.
So I mean, hey, and it wasn't sort of a direct suspension here. I mean, he had the yellow card earlier, and the second yellow means 2 minutes in the penalty box. So well, at least he gets time to change his stick now. Alexander playing well here.
Let's see what the legend are able,
in the
is
goal.
able to.
Oh, Farsad caught out of position, and he's desperate to try and get centered, get back in. And yeah, good job here by Farsad.
Good goalkeeping by Alexander until now.
Yeah, they haven't been all that close, Malmö. But you know, it only takes one shot. Here it is. Oh, kept it out. No goal is the call. I thought that was across the line.
Yeah, it was.
Niklas did too. I mean, he's laughing right now.
I'm going to see that in slow motion here at my screen. Because
yeah, you guys
the
at home.
stream is a bit behind, so I can actually see it here.
All right. We get a timeout here. Okay, well, they get away with murder here. Did you notice how much time was left when they started the suspension? I think it's got to be close.
Got to be 30 seconds
to
or
over
so.
now. It's a few seconds.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Okay. See the Aarhus official. He has already opened the boards, and he is ready to just to yank that one up and get Michael back onto the court whenever the scorer's table allows him to. Uh-oh. He has to... Yeah. So Mikael is actually allowed to join the action immediately after. He does not need permission from the referees, and there was some confusion about that. Yeah, but clearly the offensive lineup out here from Aarhus.
Yeah.
Oh, just wide. Think Alexander may have actually. God. Yeah, I think the referees could be a little more aggressive with these reset calls. We are wasting a lot of time just staring at each other in the boards. Oh, a lot of contact. Oh. Oh. Offensive foul. Yeah, 2.5 minutes to go. This is slipping away from Aarhus. Have they created a shot on goal basically the entire second half? I don't think so.
You can try it.
Yeah, I guess he tried, yeah. I guess he did, but high pressure from Farsad there, trying to surprise, jump Niklas.
Yeah, that's correct. Pushing Niklas too hard. But that's because Alexander is so strong in his upper body, so he can put much more pressure on than any other player.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, defense, it doesn't matter much, I think. When it really matters is
you know,
your
when it comes
ability
to two chairs driving alongside, then he's very, very strong.
Oh! What a pass. What a pass from Alexander.
Goal of today.
I mean, that would have definitely been the goal of the day so far. Man, just a deep pass, and Johansson almost able to sort of punch it home. Man. Wow, that was
delicious vault
hugging. Delicious details, yeah.
And that's what you get if you have Mikael and Alexander both on the pitch at the same time, because they are some sort of unorthodox, both of them.
Yeah, yeah. They can do the unexpected, the weird, surprising thing that can open up a good defense. That's what you get from them. That's why they're there right now.
We got 30 seconds left. Could we get a goal for Aarhus?
It'd be big. I mean, obviously they won't win the game, but again, it's all about that matchup with Lillestrøm and hoping that you can somehow lose to Malmö by less than Lillestrøm eventually will. I mean, hopefully from Aarhus' perspective. Go for the shot. Okay, that ends it. Malmö by 2-0.